Now, I'm not a bloke who's travelled much outside the Pacific Rim, but I'm told that this looks a little bit like the south of France. But there's a little company here in Tasmania whose aim it is to make this place even more French by growing, of all things, truffles.
It's a fruiting body of the ectomycorrhizal fungus Tuber melanosporum, and it forms as a result of a symbiotic relationship between the host trees, which are normally the hazel and the oak tree. It matures in the winter when it's fully sized and is harvested by either using dogs or, traditionally in France, the pig.
When a trained dog dug up a 25-gram French black truffle somewhere in Tassie one day last year, it was the climax of nearly a decade's work. Not for the dog, for Duncan Garvey and his business partner, Peter Cooper.
Yeah, we've got 28 growers in Tasmania now, and they all, bar one I think, invested to grow something which they'd never ever seen, touched or tasted. But since we've got 3 sites producing this year, it's a commercial reality. And we've had an enormous amount of interest from farmers down here, and the 4 areas we're targeting in Victoria and New South Wales, the cold areas.
Duncan Garvey is already known in Sydney restaurants as the Truffle Man. He's been importing them fresh from France as a ploy to build contacts and survey the market for when there's a significant volume of the local product to sell. It's just one component of the research that's helped make the dream a reality.
The market research is involved in numerous trips to France, talking to the main people, and I guess our importing is part of that research into the market. From a production point of view, started with a very small base. We had a lot of information from the French and the ideal conditions. We, in conjunction with Riddick, funded a guy to go to university and do his PhD in Tasmania on the truffles, which gave us a very strong background on where potential competition from other fungus and things like that would come from.
The business plan projects production of 8 to 10 tonnes within 10 years, all in partnership with farmers.
The keys to the business plan, I think the key strength is our joint venture, the way we've set it up with the growers, where we sell the trees to the growers and we are registered on the title of the farm with a profit apprende, which gives us sole harvesting and marketing rights. And we see that as really the cornerstone of the industry, where all the truffles will be marketed under a single desk operation, where we can develop brand name awareness, have standardised grading and all those other procedures.
There's a long way to go. This year's truffle harvest in Tasmania was just 2.5 kilos. But the seasonal nature of the French crop makes the rewards for getting it right worth chasing.
We've probably got the only fresh truffles available in the world when we harvest in July and August and September, and valued somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 a kilo.